What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk. I'm here with the homie Nayan. This guy has accomplished a lot through his life experiences, and you guys asked me a lot of questions about, prison, life after, business. Well, I wanted to let this gentleman answer some of those questions because he's very sharp and he's actually started his own business and he's doing well for himself. So, Nayan, if you could explain, how'd you go about starting your own record label?
Okay, well, the Topside movement was already going on long before we pushed it into a label, so we already had the street support. But the actual paperwork was filed in 2017, when we pushed for the trademark, the Topside trademark, on behalf of everybody, because it's a record label that represents the neighborhood. So the whole Topside of Inglewood is pushing behind it. But you file your trademarks, you file your LLC if that's what you want to do, corporation or whatever. I just use a regular structure. I filed my trademark. I haven't filed any LLC, so it's a sole proprietorship. But I also have, registered work with BMI. You can choose either one, ASCAP or BMI, whichever one you want to belong to. BMI is better because it's free if you're an artist, but ASCAP is less expensive than BMI as an artist and as a label. So if you want to do a label, ASCAP would be better, but BMI is something that I did as an artist first, because I actually registered with BMI in 2016 before I started the label. But Topside is also BMI, and just really like getting the paperwork, the skeleton of it done. The paperwork is the most important thing, getting everything in black and white and finalized, because it's not over till it's over. So cross your T's and dot your I's, man.
And what about, like, I've heard people talking about owning your masters and making sure you have the rights to your lyrics and stuff, because I know I seen something where Daz was talking about, I own, I'm still getting paid because this is playing the Tupac stuff because he owns like that. Right. How does that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, your masters is basically the complete ownership for your royalties. So this is where all your money coming to. Like if you own your masters, all the royalties come to you. So when you sign deals, a lot of deals entail that you either gonna split your masters with the label or the label gonna own your masters completely. You have to be a really talented artist to get complete ownership of your masters.
That's very important.
That's very important. And if you're independent, you automatically own your masters. Like with us, we haven't signed a major label deal yet, so we completely own all our masters. Everything come to us. Outside of producers and other artists we work with and the agreements we come up on, all this belongs to us, the masters. So we have to come up on these agreements with the producers and with the other artists to make sure that everybody gets their cut. Whether the master is going to be under me or the master is going to be under somebody else.
So say, for instance, like if somebody wrote the lyrics to a song, but then you get a beat from somebody else, do they buy that beat outright, or do sometimes they split the royalties?
Split it or outright.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either outright or it's a split.
Okay.
But a lot of times, like, people would buy it outright. Like, you got beats that go for as much as $100,000, $20,000.
So you got to make sure that's a hit.
You got to make sure that's a hit, because if your label spend all that money, and you know what I'm saying, that's what it is.
And now with the way music is, with being streaming and stuff, how's the monetization like of that work now as far as with the streaming? I know you got like SoundCloud, iTunes, right, a couple different platforms. How does that?
The best one is Tidal. Tidal is the best one.
Okay.
Tidal pays you the most.
Okay.
So Tidal would be the best streaming service. Then at the Tidal, you got the Apple Musics, you got the YouTubes, but they don't really, like, a million views is only so much money. You probably get like 1,200 off YouTube, million views on Tidal, 12,000. So it all depends on what you're streaming the most from. But the best, monetizing your YouTube channel. That's a good way for artists. Pretty much just creating the buzz, man. But yeah.
Now, do a lot of the artists make a lot of their money by doing tours too? Is that
that's the most?
That's the most, right?
Yeah, from what I understand, that's the most money. Like, everybody getting paid off tours.
Yeah.
Tour is where you eating the most from.
Booking the shows.
Booking the shows.
Okay.
Like, if you get 1 million views and you only get paid $1,200, you can make $1,200 in one show.
You're right.
If not more. Depending on, off that 1 million views, you can make $1,200 off one show. Probably more.
Yeah. Okay. Man, that's some great game, man. I mean, I've always been curious about the music industry. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's like, you always hear different stuff like, oh, so-and-so owns the masters or so-and-so owns this. And I know that's a key, You know, it's just like owning your creative content when you're doing, you know, movies. You know, you want to keep that because you don't, you know, that's the mailbox check. That's the money that keeps coming. Like you said, in the music, that music, they use it for anything else. Every time they play that in a movie or something, they got to come to you. Right. You know, so good game, man. There you have it, Big Herc, Prison Talk.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.